Welcome to today's lesson, which is an introduction to literary elements. This Prezi was created by Melanie Stefanovic. Literature is made up of many pieces like a puzzle. Each puzzle is important for the bigger picture. So the different pieces of the puzzle are setting, characterization, plot, main idea, and theme. We're going to start with the setting. Well, what is the setting? It's the where and the when of the story, where the story takes place, and in what time period, and so much more. Where and when a story takes place affects the characters, the plot, the theme, everything. The next is characterization. Characterization is revealing the personality of a character in a story. The best characters are 3D. They are like real people. To make characters as much like real people as possible, authors provide information about their feelings and emotions, appearance or physical description. Sorry about that, there's a typo. Actions, behaviors, and things that they do. Words and things that they say, and thoughts and beliefs. So for example, here is a picture. You've got the appearance as how they look, the words that come out of their mouth help us with characterization, the thoughts that are in their head, the feelings in their heart, and the actions that they do. So direct characterization is when the author tells the reader the personality of a character. So for example, if in a story the author were to tell you she was beautiful with black hair and brown eyes, that would be an example of direct characterization. Indirect characterization is when you can determine different characteristics based on the other things that do not have to do with physical appearance. The next literary element is plot. A problem or conflict drives most stories. The main character, also called a protagonist, experiencing a problem and then trying to solve it, is what we call the plot. So in the plot, there are different points of the plot, and in our next lesson, discussing the plot diagram, some people use metaphors such as a plot is like a roller coaster or a plot is like a mountain. So the exposition is the first point of the plot chart. It's the first few sentences that set the scene, introduce characters, and give us background information. The next is the rising action. Most of the story is the rising action. It's the events that build up the excitement. The climactic point is the most exciting part. It's when the protagonist faces the conflict and when everything comes together. The falling action is usually one or two quick events that happen after the climactic point. And the resolution is the conclusion of the story, how everything ends up, and the outcome of the story. And that's a quick overview of the plot diagram. Next is main idea. Main idea is so important. Sometimes it's hard for people to determine what the main idea of a story or an article is. So what is main idea about? The main idea of Cinderella is the main character, Cinderella, is overworked and unloved until her fairy godmother helps her meet the prince of her dreams. That's an example of main idea, which we'll go over in detail in another lesson. And then the last literary element that we're going to discuss in our introduction today is theme. Theme is really hard for some people to grasp, but hopefully by the end of our short story unit, you will all understand theme. Theme is the overarching message. Common themes are friendship, survival, honesty is the best policy, don't judge a book by its cover, we have to take care of Mother Earth, love conquers all, and growing up can be hard. So that was a quick introduction to the literary elements. Make sure that you have taken 2-column notes and you have summarized quickly what you've learned today. And don't forget to come to class tomorrow with your higher order thinking question, and we will discuss it at the beginning of class tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.